This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heart Matters. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life, better personal life.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My Zoom people, can you hear me? Let me know, just wave at me if you can hear me. Let me confirm you're okay. Very good. Perfect. Alright. So, as they know that I see that getting ready, we are talking about how to grow your money. My Zoom people, we are talking about how to grow your money, and I'll tell you 2 steps that you can apply. The financial knowledge you need is too much to be given in one sitting. I'm giving you how much you can digest and how much you can apply. We have people lecture finance, and I was talking about finance because they teach you, they don't digest it, they don't apply it in their life. There are people who teach health while they're explaining their own health because they don't even apply it in their life. I want to give us water out of distilled water found to work for me. So let's go to the suggestion she asked for. I remember saying that she took use of real estate. But being a teacher, to say that you are millions, it may be a lot of difficult. Real estate has many facets and you should start with the easiest. You want to own the house, you want to own the furniture, like short-term apartments. Every week. You start with the broker. Identify the land and help people find the land. It's not yours, the customers are not yours here. You're legal, you eat both sides. So catalog of land being sold, come to people, tell them, I know you intend to own land. How far are you with your plan? Can I help you with project? Go to banks that are ready to finance. Connect the financier with the buyer. Another strategy is distressed sellers. Identify a parent is trying to sell to take to school or something. Distressed sales. Help them fish for customer and get your cut in between. Get into the real estate space before you get the real estate itself. The same, you want to sell cars. You don't have to own cars. Are you aware the most paid people in the world are salespeople? Not CEOs. Salespeople. Salespeople are the wheels of any company. They get the work going. Whichever industry you wanted, and after we talked, you feel like capital is a barrier. Become innovative. You can conquer big mountains if you chip them into small pieces. Zoom, are we together? I want to see some reaction. Are we ready? All right? Perfect. Once you wave, I'm good now. So we are talking about how to grow your money, Zoom people, right there. And I'm giving you 2 steps. Step 1 is migrate into wealth energetically. Migrate into wealth energetically. And I want to give you a few steps on how to migrate energetically. Fiona, if your mind does not become rich, as a man thinketh, so is he. Your life will never become rich. Not as a man inheritance is. Not as he thinks. And I was telling June about environment. She was asking about environment. And I was telling her that they found that animals that have no choice have to adapt. Human beings have a choice. You don't have to be controlled by the environment. You don't have to adapt. You can change the environment. Switch it. You can migrate. Unfortunately, some of the people you have to migrate from are people you have blood. Mother, remember that. Empathetic people feel for people, they forget that they can be taken advantage of for being soft and understanding. How to migrate energetically into abundance. Number 1, learn to coexist with the money without spending it. In fact, I want to give you one formula. And the reason I'm saying this, Sherry, my friend here, is that all the money that will change your life will need to station in your life for a while waiting to accumulate, waiting for the opportunity. It will need to hang around for a while other problems are coming and going in your life. Many of you, this is the reason we are not moving.
Money can't sit in your life because you are too sensitive to issues. The money you needed to purchase the car that will move you around. Because again, you can't shop when you cannot locomote. You must be locomotive, you must be mobile. By the way, you need to be able to dash between here and the town to meet that person who will give you that connection, that answer in 20 minutes. If you're depending on public transport to chase deals, you won't make it. Stop thinking Uber is expensive. It is in your favor. Some of us only know the rider, and you know how to. There are places you need to make an entrance. So plan on getting yourself a car. Start wherever you have to start. But stop saying, I live so near my work, I don't need a car. Once we finish this meeting today, you'll understand some things are only, you have 1 minute to show up. If you are late, it's gone. That person doesn't have time. And they're the ones who can connect you. You talk to them, they link you up. They recommend you. Sometimes you're not even a part of the meeting. What's your name, my sister? Pauline tells you that she's meeting Kyoko at 2 p.m. And Kyoko deals with what you're trying to sell. He can supply for you. If you appear at 2, I'll link you up. If not, too bad. Then you'll say, oh, sorry, wait for me. Even the one who's trying to link you up is not in control of the meeting. I know people tell me they got into that opportunity because they hung around while the big people were meeting, waiting for that opportunity, and it's not even guaranteed. How you migrate into wealth energetically, number one is I want you to learn to coexist with money without the itch. I want you to be paid today and tomorrow you show up as early as you used to show up. People who are poor relax once they have enough to eat for this month, for this week. They lose their drive when the problems go. True or false? So much so that supermarkets avoid paying by 50 because 6 they will have nobody. In many places. Not all, but I've heard them say, we pay by 10th to give them something to lose. They can't quit 10th because they have 10 days, they have worked. I don't want you to think like that. In fact, one of the guys who taught me to learn to give people control of their money. Teach them how to control their life. Companies that are big pay by 28th. They pay even before the month to allow you to plan your life, isn't it? To remove anxiety. If you are paid early, can you still show up? The discipline I'm talking about here is because you are going to have some money sitting that is more than your salary. And if you are being driven by scarcity, you won't show up. I want you to learn this. If you don't learn to store money and forget about it and go on with your life and shut it away, you need a lot of practice to overcome the itch of money. True or false? The itch, the flight of ideas, the shoes, the handbag, the car, the trouser. You get a lot of ideas you can buy when money is seated somewhere, isn't it? Some of you here, if notification comes confirmed, 80,000 in the account, you won't focus anymore. Flight of ideas, some small madness. And that's one reason you can't handle $1 million. You know, even God is checking. He doesn't want to lose you. You will die. You know, some people drink until they are broke. That's when they come home. So what is the prayer? For this brother to live long, let him be. You know, if you can't control money. Now, a lot of us can handle pain. There's a philosopher who said, a lot of people can handle pain. The thing we can't handle is pleasure. A lot of people can handle scarcity. The thing we can't handle is abundance. Abundance brings options. Brings what? The woman you have been dying for now is at your near which hotel would you like to chill? And you can swipe a card. Anytime you can swipe a card and take a woman to any hotel, will you stay home and read a book and attend a conference? Why a conference of 5,000 and you have 500,000 seated somewhere? Many of us, that is the problem. I'm sorry to say. You have been denied all that money to preserve you. How do you practice? Let's go to step number 2. Kyoko says, well, to practice this coexisting, set aside 10%. Set aside 10% as one. It can be, call it whichever name you want, but for me it's usually an emergency account, but most importantly is wealth practice account, just to learn to live with money. It's also an accountability account. Accountability. At the end of the year, how much money is in that account, you know that's 10% of all the money you handle. If you find that Douglas handled 1 million this year and I can't see any step in my life, the emergency account has 100K. And I've been saying I'm broke. Honestly, I was a millionaire this year. What did I do with my life? It gives you a way to account to yourself. By the way, during your birthday, stop just splashing water, taking beer, getting mad. Get sober. Review your life. Review that bank, that account. When you borrow from it, pay back. Stop borrowing from Tala, then you change your number. Borrow from yourself and discipline yourself to pay. Do you know mobile lenders are very cruel? Very high interest rate. They keep exposing your number to who you keep getting reminders and very bothersome. If you have the discipline to put aside 10%, let's say you're also a Christian, you tithe 10% and you put aside 10%, now you have 80%. You can't be spontaneous, it has already reduced, isn't it? It was 50, now it's 40. You're very disciplined. You're not saying, we only live once, you know. You don't throw yourself that way. And you know if you get, some of us cannot move around the streets because we are afraid of damaging something, then we have to pay, but we are broke. Having no money brings fear from all over. Even people take you to a hotel to buy you something and you ask for the cheapest. Tropical is free. You don't understand a situation where the person has disappeared. And in a crisis, have a backup that can give you courage to show up and discuss. Also, you can show up in places that you heard people talking about. These conferences, especially financial ones, we should step them up and take them to places that inspire us to dream. This is a good place to start. But how about also the Olesereni, the Kempiskis, places we can dream. And one time we should get into a jet and have it while we are flying. To talk about what we are doing, we illustrate one of the lessons. If we get there, the second practice I want you to do is stop eating everything you get. Force yourself to put it aside. Some of you are thinking, but my money is all of it budgeted. It will not be enough. Money will never be enough. It's your mind that adjusts. Your mind and water have one thing in common. They always find their level. When you put water in uneven containers, they always find their level. This water does not need to know physics. But if you bend it, it will find what space on top here is equivalent to this top here. It will just find enough level. Your mind is adjusting to what you allow. True or false? Right now you are squandering 120,000 and you are saying it's not even enough. If you run out of job and your account has only 300 and you may not get money, you start surviving by that, isn't it? There's some things that can wait. Mudundo, people here don't dunda. A lot of dunda, and by the time they wake up, they have a headache. They paid a lot of money to get hangovers. That's one way to relax. I hope you don't have relaxation that is very expensive. Bringing you other problems up to treat. Can you put aside 10%? Another discipline with money I want you to do is, I want you to handle 1 million shillings. Number 3, find a way to handle 1 million shillings. Even if it will take you a year or something, find a way. Why? Right now you don't think it's a big deal. But when you get it, you realize money brings panic. The first time I carried, yes, it can be cash or just in your control. It can be in the account. But first time I carried, for me it was cash. And I think all thieves can see me. Somebody is following me. Have I committed something wrong? will the KRA come after me? And I'm just going to pay a car. And you think everybody now is suspect, you know? You're moving like a suspect yourself. Earlier on, when I was younger, somebody gave me 92,000, go to the bank for him. I was going where he wanted to bank. Then it is a big bundle of money. And my own bus fare is 70 shillings. Somebody has given me, I was a student. I'm doing internship. And then 92,000 in rubber bands. I went holding that pocket. Nobody, even when you sit in the car, my friend, don't, you know, and I'm sitting with the funny sitting was to make sure. That part of handling, I've said $1 million is a starter point. Some of us have already handled those kind of money. If you've already crossed there, go to 10M. Fiona is not Ugandan money. Don't take shortcuts, okay? Please don't take shortcuts. You know, Fiona may just lift, $1 million, I have one here. No. Not that one. So, those who are abroad, when I say million, I mean something close to 10,000 USD, something close to that. It's slightly less, according to our exchange, although we are improving. But if you think of 10,000 USD, you're not far from what you're saying. Why? I'm saying that because all the madnesses and inherited poverty demons will come up when you have 7 figures and you've never handled them. You think of land you can buy, you can fly to Italy. One guy said he was paid out of, he performed, he advertised. And then it came at once, 2 million. Bah! He boarded vehicle to go to DT Dobby. To buy Mercedes right now. His friend learned that he has gone mad. That money has come and he's offline. He tracked him, found him just near DTW. He managed to catch him. Do you know how much is Mercedes? Which one are you buying for 2 million, for example? This money is not for Mercedes. It's 8 million. How much you have? Can you go? The guy was borrowing rent from him. He had not even paid how much he had lent. Now, first pay me. Then get yourself a house, a comedian. Then he's, you know, you can be a comedian, you make your life also a comedy. Joking every time. But he's not alone. I heard another one say, when he was paid, he even left the phone home to buy another one where he's going. He did not carry clothes. Why bother old clothes? And he went airport, took to Uganda, and he's buying clothes where he arrives. And he came back with 18 shillings. These are reality stories. Then I discovered that number 2 we have said you keep saving. If you can get it to accumulate to an amount, for some of us, 100,000 is very far. You don't hear it in your environment. I'm waiting for the day security guards will start showing up for these conferences. House helps, the people who start from the bottom. The people who are starting, some of us have already done that, we are past that. But I'm waiting for the day somebody is earning 10, 15, 20, can start showing, because I know this is so practical. It operates from 15 to 1.5 million, whatever you are on. Water finds its level. For you, you may think 100K is small. There's a time. My friend wanted to tender to ask for 140,000 because he was selling 20,000 carport, those shades for cars, and some estate had ordered for 7. So 120. He had never charged any 100. He wrote that email, revised it, edited, deleted, slept on it, woke up. He can't send asking for 100. It's illegal. He has never surpassed that. If you want to enter the culture of wealth, get me that threshold you have never crossed. Find a way to handle that amount and sit with it. See if you can contain yourself. If you can, okay. I need to tell you this, why handling the money is difficult. You are familiarizing your nervous system with options. You're familiarizing your nervous system with options without losing your composure. Anytime you have 10 options, your composure disappears. Anytime. So just mean that's why girls are marrying the wrong people. Because a guy comes flashing all the money and you imagine all the life and the madness. You forget character, you go for cash. Because cash is it works on your nervous system. I want you to learn to be composed around money. We also gave it another name. Citizen of the land of money. Become a citizen of the land of... Citizens are not too excited to see each other. If a Chinese comes here, they'll be surprised how so many black people. For us, we are not surprised because we are citizens here. If you go to Canada, they're looking at you. Oh, you're always like this. you are not surprised. You go to Japanese, they look the same, and you are you twins? And because you're not citizen, they look strange. Money should look familiar. Another thing you can do there is get foreign currencies, hard currency. Get a few and keep it and touch it. Get a pound, get a euro, get a dollar. They're in your bank, by the way. Go buy one next time you go there. Banks have it for your own exposure. Some of them don't have a single dollar. You can get 10. It's okay. 10 is 1,000. Don't feel too much loss. Familiarize the euro, the pound. Get it. You don't have to spend it. Keep it there. That you belong to hard currency. Also, calculate what $1 million means. My brother, you have the hard currency there. Somebody's having it. Clap for my brother. What's your name, my brother? John, eh?
Jerry.
Jerry. Jerry. Oh, you are the one. Jerry has $5. Oh, you think this is more money? $5. This is lunch here and more. And he is not feeling the itch. You've been with it for a while, isn't it? So what has he practiced in one thing? He has learned to live around with money without it itching, isn't it? And he can see that he belongs to the hard currency world. Then you can start calling yourself dollar millionaire. Okay? Thank you, Jerry. Dollar millionaire is when you can think of $1 million. There's another step I'll be giving you there. And okay, how much time I have? All right. We are migrating energetically to belong to abundance and wealth. Okay? The next thing I want you to do is master the vocabulary of the rich. Master the vocabulary of the rich. Please, can you find the cost of a helicopter? Find out how much they sell a helicopter, how much they charter the private jet. There's some guys who are chartering and selling aircraft nowadays. This Kai and Caro guy, he started with the cars. Nowadays, he's also selling aircraft. So they're Jetman Global. I saw a page like that. They're selling aircraft. They're telling you which. The language of the rich is about chartering aircraft, how to conquer the traffic problems, you know. The language of those who live in abundance. Another thing they talk about is the security. So I want you to learn money market. Money market is a domain of the rich. Poor people don't know money market. For example, the government recently released a very rich, Treasury released a very rich bond, openly. Okay, Treasury bonds is when government borrows internally. They can either borrow externally or borrow internally. When they borrow internally is they borrow money from you and they'll give it back to you with an interest after a fixed period. Usually 3-year, 5-year, 10-year. And it's secure. Government doesn't run broke. So it's very secure. They usually pay. They don't run away with it. But they don't sell 10,000. That's why the poor don't bother. The least, I think, is usually the 50 or 100K. But it has rich returns and it is passive, perfect passive income. Does it involve you, bother you? And they give the percentage they promise. They usually give a very high percentage. If you put $1 million there and they give you 18% or 15 or 10, they will give exactly that and they don't fail and you can plow it back. That is one money market. Another money market is the normal stock exchange. When the dollar is up, you do this. Open a dollar account. It is not prohibited. Practice some of these things and then put a few dollars there to see it. Now, do you know your bank can trade for you? You can just trade. We have a software. There's even a software by the Treasury called Though for DHOW. That's an app by the nation of Kenya. Sorry, those are not Kenyans. That may be very localized. Though CSD, DHOW, then CSD. That's a software or a platform by our treasury. For you to register, you just register using your documents, and then you can start buying the treasury bonds, commit this amount. The money market is a domain of the wealthy. So recently there was 10 billion, a very big, rich opportunity. But did you hear it among the common people? It is a language of the rich. I want you to learn it. Do what we call camel neck entry. Say camel neck entry. Camel neck entry is all the body of your ancestors is coming from poverty. You don't have a heritage of poverty. You don't have a heritage and you don't have inheritance. Those are two problems. Inheritance is the material. Heritage is the culture. So camel neck entry is when we are taking the head only to learn the culture. So we acquire the heritage, then we build the inheritance. Okay? So I want you to take your head to money market. Another lucrative money market is called hedge funding. When you give somebody to trade the money and you divide the benefits. Okay? I've worked with a billionaire like that. That's his job. You give him the money, he makes the money, then you give him a 5% of the profit. You take the risk. If it got losses, you lose both of you. They trade crypto, they trade whatever. So if you don't want to deal with the crypto, you can get guys who know how to deal with that. Because sometimes it's like gambling. You must sit at midnight to see how Chelsea is behaving. Then you strike there. That is behaving. You thought football is about football. Football clubs are about football. Only the poor are talking about Arsenal. And if you ask him what is the worth of Arsenal, he doesn't know. Recently, clubs were ranked according to according to their worth. What is the leading club in the world? Manchester United. You are angry that they beat I don't know who, and the richest club in the world, the most valuable. The investor looks at the shares. The poor guy looks at the scores. Oh, how we beat Chelsea. They cannot see us. They can see who? Money, my friend. You are sharing with a club that doesn't know you. The Spanish clubs are very rich. We love English because we talk English. But the wealthier clubs are in Spain and the wealthiest ones are in America. People only know America with basketball. Out of the top 50, is it 20 were from American leagues? Then we have Spanish and Italian. So don't just become a fan of the football. Go behind and check how their shares are behaving. The profits they behave, yes, the fanatic. You're just there emotional. Get financial, think money, not just emotions. Okay? All right. You have seen guys going to funny clubs. They're usually following the money. Cristiano is following the money. Messi is following the money. You are following the Cristiano. Him is following the money. Who is the fool? Me is CR7 forever. Me is Messi forever. No, me is forever. Where is your money? These guys are following money. Learn the culture of a rich. And one of it is these guys invest in hard currency. I want you to learn that you can actually invest. There are governments, a Chinese government that can allow you to invest when you are here. When they have embassies around, what do you think the embassy is about? Why have countries having representatives in other countries? It's business. So they extend scholarship, they extend opportunities, and many times they open. So that magazine called Business Daily or Business Monthly, go subscribe. Those journals, they give you opportunities that are open. Learn now. When that time comes, you know when to throw the dice. Many of us, we only see plots on sale. We only know real estate on the side of real estate. There's also real estate investment trust. You don't have to buy the land. There's a whole body that can do it for you, and they share the profit with you. Next time, we'll also discuss on how you can do prospecting. Prospecting is a very good way to do real estate. If you can know how to anticipate where demand will go. You buy it there, you leave it there, and then you come subdivide, sell it later. You just buy time, and you make a lot of money there. You are the same as a person who bought treasury bonds for 10 years. Learn the language of the rich. Another language of the rich is they never praise scarcity. Never praise scarcity. Never converse hardship. Nikugumu. Never say it is hard. Never say things are harsh. Never flow with the energy of lack. Don't confess it. Why? Words cast a spell. Words cast a what? They shift the atmosphere. Things are so hard. Your mind registers. You feel it. The ambulance-minded sees opportunity in everything. You heard about COVID millionaires. When COVID struck, the normal people with dream. The wealthy-minded came out to see where opportunities have opened. They made millions meeting the needs because people are still eating, people are still, the Zoom took off. Guys, took off. I wanted to tell you, if you learn the language of the rich, you never convey scarcity. You don't deny your circumstance. You may say, I'm at a place right now, but I know in future I'll be able to. Also, avoid using the word that is very expensive, unless you mean it is overpriced. Just say that it is above your budget currently. Don't complain. Expensive sounds like it's complaining, and you can put off people who could have helped you. They propose something for you, say, that's too expensive. You're saying, that's not for me. That's what they hear. That's not for me. You disqualify yourself. If you want something and you can't afford it, just say it is beyond my budget currently. Or if you want to negotiate for price cut, but you can ask for it it's how you talk to show that you appreciate the value and you'd like to reach, you just can't reach it now. Avoid that language. You migrate energetically. Last thing I want to tell you about to migrate energetically to the wealthy is have rich associates. They may not be your friends, but I want you to look for associates. It can be your boss who is doing well, and you find a way to associate with them. Association can be you serve them. You help them get what they're looking for. Help them connect with business. Next time you see wealthy people, find out what they deal with and connect them with an opportunity, or find a way to be of help, of interest to them. Associates. That quote of if you hang out with 5 millionaires will be the 6th is stupid, because 5 millionaires will not invite you when you're not one of them. Will you even afford the tea they take? They will not even update you where they're going to relax because you can't afford it. You know, there are some places you can't walk in because the sensor is only sensing cars. It will not sense you. You are standing there, it does not open. There's even a warning, avoid being hit. So, please, you don't hang out with 5 millionaires. Millionaires don't even, no, they're not that many. They're not seated in a table like this. I'm talking about associate. Associate is, you know this guy, he drives well, lives a good life. Then you start being creative where you can associate. You know the gym they go, you learn the gym they go, the barber shop they go, or the place they shop, and you begin to learn from them, particularly people of your own gender. They are safer, and they can show you some of the things that they used to climb. It is a jungle, we are using a way to maneuver. Look for a rich associate to when you can hear their mind. Don't ask for handout, ask for a peace of mind. Don't ask for money itself, ask for their mind. If you have their mind, you will get what they got. But if you have their money, you can't have their mind. But if you have their mind, you can get their money. Do you follow? Not handout, but mind out. Give me your idea on this. Sometimes you can share what you're trying to do. You can share what you're trying to launch, and they can add ideas there. Okay. The second thing I want to tell you, how to grow your money. I've told you how to migrate energetically. There are other things I could tell you, but I want you to start with those. If by the time we meet next, you can tell me you've managed to be putting aside 10% for 6 months now, for a year now, for 2 years, and you don't even look at the account. You don't remember it's there. Just budget your life. By the time you look, oh, there's 200 here. Oh my God, 300. You congratulate yourself. You're becoming a citizen of the land of money. You belong now. You don't get too excited. One guy went to give charity, and he asked a border guy to give him a free lift to check his heart. And the guy gave him a free lift, but he told, I just wanted to look for somebody to bless. Let me bless you. He started giving him 1,000 at a time. The guy lost his mind and ran away. By the time they got the 5,000, he could not compose himself. You think it's a joke that money is charged like electricity. And how much voltage you can withstand, that's how much money you can handle. Money is charged, just like electricity. How much voltage you can handle, that's how much money you can live with. It's charged. Money is not neutral. Money is not neutral. That's why you vote the wrong people, because they gave you money, although you know they are not honest. Even you know they are bribing you. But when their money is in your stomach or your pocket, they loom so large in your head. When you go to the ballot, they are the only ones you see. Money is psychologically charged. That guy was given the first thousand. No, do you want to kill me? Are you Illuminati? Oh my God, is it true money? Oh, I will die. Let me die. And he ran. That's one reason you don't settle until you reduce the money to your mental balance. If I give you more money than what you're used to living with, you will not settle until you squander giving it away, buy the wrong things, until you come to the level you are used to. That currency. Now you settle down. Oh my God. You wake up. Emmanuel, just practice composure with money. Control your mood. When you have it, when you don't have it. Start with this 10%. Learning to see the figures there, but you still go back to work. You still scrape to get another 1,000 to do this. You still look for, you still strive. When it's there and you don't bother it, Jerry, you'll have made it. Even money will sense you are their friend. You walk into a bank and the way you're asking for 2 million, they look at you and you're not shaking. You know, some people when they're asking for 2 million, even the bank can see this one, this will run. They give them the money, they don't even sign. They don't. You know, you handle it. Sometimes you go to cashiers in a bank teller or supermarket or whoever is handling the money, and the amount they're selling there, what they're handling, they can't afford it. If there's a short, they are finished. So they're usually panicky, fearful, they're not at ease. I want you to learn to handle money so that you know you can. And that's one reason I want you to drive big cars. To become domestic in that world of big things. For as long as you are a foreigner to Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, those things. So as long as you remain too loyal to Subaru, no problem with Subaru. I don't need to remain too loyal to cheap cars because your mind will think that is the only world there is. We have been told that Mercedes is a guzzler because poor only look at what it consumes. The rich look at what it gives him, the presence. Anybody from Western here, you should have a Luo friend. Please have some of these friends. They teach you culture. My friend, this is machine. They don't have houses. You saw they were taking photos having big machines and there's no house. You know, but they have the culture of big cars. I want you to migrate energetically. If I give you 10,000 right now, your climate will change. The climate. You can be overwhelmed and you die. In my home, Kenya Power came to plant some posts and they compensate people who they put the posts there. Unfortunately, they did not ask around whether these people, if they caused chaos in my village, now we have lost people. People died. Actually, we are very sorrowful in my village. They give a guy 3 million. A guy who has never seen 30,000. He went and married 7 wives. Another one went with taxi, sleeping in a different town every time, carrying beer there, throughout until all the money. And he came when the liver is finished and died. Down here, my friend where he's renting, just around Pipers here, the first owner died. The sons remained there, 3 of them. They sold that piece. So it has accumulated value a lot. So I'm given 20 million, they divided the 20 million. Today, they are finished. The money, one of them died literally, the other one is on rehabilitations. Previously, they were fairly stable. Money is charged. When I tell you to practice being an insider to the world of abundance, it's because I know if it comes before you learn to live inside, it will sweep you away like a flood. Abundance can be risky when you're used to scarcity. Today I don't have time to tell you about the fear. The fear that money brings is that you will ruin it. You will screw it up. You think when you are entrusted this kind of money, something will go wrong, something. You will be troubled. But if you have learned to just save, you even become prudent. Another benefit of having money seated somewhere is that you can negotiate. Zoom people, are we together? Wave at me. Thank you. You're very attentive. I like that. Perfect. We are saying the other benefit is that you can ask prices of things, and I want you to learn to check what is not ordinary. How to fly to Mombasa, chartered. If we take 5 of us, check which companies are chartering aircrafts, private jets. Just check. Sometimes next time you're going to Masai Mara, take those Cessna. There are some small planes here that take people to Masai Mara. Although they dance in the air, but you'll be okay. You know, they're small. You drift a little bit. They're okay. You charter those small planes. Or sometimes there's some guys who are giving 1,000 tickets. You heard of that? There's a time they were promoting one of the airlines. The sales were very low, really. They just wanted to attract attention. They said, 1,000 tickets, 1,000 tickets. So learn to buy those tickets, go to Mombasa, go to Kisumu. Kisumu is one of the most beautiful airports. You land so smoothly, it's between two valleys, it's so calm, so peaceful. Land there, take coffee and go back. You have not committed a crime. Nobody will arrest you. Actually, you should go and see yourself in an aircraft. Wait whether anybody will follow you. Actually, this is normal.
This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heart Months. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life, better personal